Yo, what's up, guys? Just want to give you guys this quick little Rizin video before the end of the year. Appreciate everyone that has been watching the channel for the whole year. Just did that Octagon video. We had a big underdog cash with the plus 400 with Ozan Aslander, so hopefully we can give you another good player or two on this card. And yeah, man, just thanks for always coming on the channel. And this is going to be a quick video. I don't got a ton of time, but just want to come on here and pop on, give you guys a couple bets that could potentially hit, and just some predictions here. So, Chizuru Suzuki taking on Kleiber Earps in the first fight. Rematch here. Suzuki's been going on a really good run lately where he's gotten these really cool knockouts. He had that crazy knockout against Vugar Karamov, who we're going to talk about in a second, where he knocked him off of his back with punches after a head kick, or a up kick, excuse me, which was kind of crazy. But the first time these guys fought, we saw exactly what Kleiber wants to happen again, which is an early takedown and a submission win for himself. And obviously, this is kind of a grappler versus striker matchup. In the first fight, though, I mean, even on the feet, it seemed like Earps was having a little bit of success before he got the takedown. He just kind of has an awkward striking style. And I just think the same result is probably going to happen, an early submission win for Kleiber here. It's not like he is looking older or washed up. He hasn't been knocked out very many times in his career whatsoever. And I just feel like Suzuki's kind of knockout or bust early. If it gets to the ground, it's going to be a finish. So unless there's been some massive improvements in the grappling, obviously Suzuki always has a chance with that nuclear option. I just think he's probably not going to be able to get the job done there. So Earps at minus 160. I don't think it's a horrible bet, but he did open at minus 115. So there has been a little bit of money came in on him. He was actually like minus 200 at some point. So yeah, I feel like Suzuki, you always got to be a little bit worried about that knockout threat, but ultimately I do feel like Earps is going to probably get that submission again, in my opinion. Next fight, we got Roberto De Souza. He's taking on Vugar Karamov, and yeah, this is an even money line here, and I'm kind of leaning towards De Souza, though. I feel like on the feet, Karamov, one shot and done with the right hand. He's pretty explosive, but low volume. I feel like De Souza's not the greatest striker either. It's probably going to become a grappling match, and I just favor De Souza's pedigree on the ground. I feel like he's either going to find a submission, he's going to be able to get on top potentially himself with the takedown, and I just think he's going to have the better conditioning as well. So I like De Souza in that one at a pick'em price. I think he can get the win there in that fight. And this next one, huge underdog with Yuta Kubo. He's a kickboxer, and he has had a few MMA fights, obviously 6 fights, so I saw him take down some dude and kind of out-grapple him a little bit, but that was a striker, and this fight he's taking on a really good grappler, so he's a gigantic underdog in the fight, and kind of agree with it. I mean, he is a high-level kickboxer. He has wins over guys like Melzik Baghdasaryan, who's in the UFC and stuff, but I just feel like Shaidu Live is going to take him down and submit him here. But next fight, Mikhail Ueda against Tai In Kim. This is going to be a crazy fight. I mean, Ueda is a huge 265-pound guy that throws really nice head kicks, and just fun fighter to watch for heavyweight. And then Tai In Kim is a boxer, but he's super wild, just throws bombs, and has fought a lot of low-level competition. He's kind of taking this step up here. Obviously, Ueda isn't the best fighter in the world, but he has pretty decent striking, and he's been fighting at Rizin, whereas this is Kim's first fight for Rizin. And I kind of am leaning towards Ueda. The line was way wider earlier in the week. I think Ueda opened at like minus 200 or plus 200, excuse me. Now it's a pick'em, so I do think the value is totally gone. I mean, at this price, I think that's probably accurate. But yeah, I just favor Ueda a little bit. I feel like he might be a little bit more ready for the moment, and I think that his kicking game and just being a little bit more technical on the feet is going to probably get him that victory there. So I'm going to say Ueda wins in the first round via knockout with a head kick or something wild. But that's a really good fight there, and I think it's an interesting one. And next one, Ren Sugiyama taking on Karsha Dalbeck. Cool fight here. We got Yaman coming back, who's just a killer. Sugiyama, he comes forward, throws bombs, great counter striker, really good in the pocket. And he's facing another knockout artist in Dalbeck. So Dalbeck's the big favorite, but I feel like it should be lined a little closer because it's probably going to be a striking fight. Dalbeck seems like he has insane power, and that's going to be a good test for Sugiyama's chin because the guy just takes punches. So ultimately, man, I feel like Dalbeck has better defense. He moves his feet more, and he's going to be picking his shots and landing and getting out of range. But if Yama could just take those shots, keep walking him down, and Dalbeck can't take him down, I mean, it could be a decent play on Sugiyama at that price, but I'm probably not going to play it. I mean, look at the difference in terms of experience and everything like that, and I just feel like Dalbeck is probably going to get the job done, but should be a really fun fight in that one. Next one, I mean, don't really know. I mean, I think Sakuraba's son taking on a guy with 41 fights at his debut is pretty crazy, but I believe he's like a leg lock guy. Don't know anything else besides that, so I mean, I think Yachi's probably going to win, but that's really all I got to say there with that fight. Horiguchi versus Zulu, huge favorite for Horiguchi, and Zulu seems dangerous, like he seems fast. It seems like he has alright submissions, but takedown defense isn't there. He is hittable, so I just feel like Horiguchi's probably going to eat him up, obviously, and huge favorite for a reason. You know, he's fought way better competition, so Zulu, dangerous, has finishing potential, so it makes him live, but, Horiguchi should win that fight, retain the belt there. And Matoya versus Akimoto, another fight that I'm not really interested in betting here. I mean, Akimoto's the favorite, and it seems like he's a hard style matchup for Matoya, but 18 years old going against a guy like Yuki Matoya who's a beast, I feel like that's a tough task, so it's hard for me to really decipher who I want to pick in this fight or bet on because Akimoto, walks people down. He seems like he has great distance control. He's a big guy for the weight. He fought at 45 his last fight. And athletic, good feiner. It seems like he has big power. So he can line Matoya up and kind of keep him at bay if he has his composure on point, which it seems like he is a really composed fighter. But if he makes one mistake and Matoya takes his back or gets in a dominant position, we know he could choke him out or finish him. So I don't know. I just don't have a good read on this fight, but I'm going to lean with the veteran here and go with Yuki. But next one, Sikazawa versus Lucia Alpagarin. I mean, don't really got much to say about this fight. 2-3 versus 14-0. Didn't look into it too much. We got a gigantic favorite, minus 5,000. So, yeah, I got Izawa by submission more than likely. I think Lucia is a kickboxer, and so, I think he's always going to get the victory in that fight. Koji Takeda versus Suguro Nii, two veterans. I feel like Takeda is probably way better, in my opinion. I mean, Nii, I'm not a big fan of his style. He likes to sit back, kind of just wait for his moment and then blitz in, and he can get caught coming in. He does have some okay power, but he doesn't have very many knockouts, and he doesn't have a great chin. And it seems like he has a couple submissions he'll go and he'll be able to get like the Kimura or another I can't remember another submission that he's gotten a few times, but those are against low level competition, and I've seen him get dominated on the mat against better guys. And Takeda is kind of just a grinder. He likes to push you against the ropes or just clinch you and hold you, and I feel like he's gonna be able to do that in this fight pretty easily. So I just feel like Takeda's gonna get the win here. He's beaten a lot better competition, and he's younger. I feel like he'll be able to beat Nii here. And I don't know if he'll finish him because he just doesn't have a lot of finishes. But honestly, he probably should get the submission in this one. A couple of these fights I didn't look into, like this one. I think these guys fought before and Kawaba won, so that's why he's a decent favorite. But it was in kickboxing, so it's probably going to be the same result there unless Genji can change it up. And this next fight, Ed Polo King, couldn't find any of his fights, so don't really got much to say about that one. Shorty Torres versus Shinru. I don't really know about this one because I wasn't able to find Shorty's last 3 fights. So, but Shinru, I think likely will win. Younger. I think he has the better trajectory at this point, but not really too interested in that fight. So yeah, I mean that's kind of what I have for you guys on this card. I feel like in terms of plays, I think D'Souza, Kleiber, Ueda, I mean, at this point, he doesn't have the same value, but I feel like they should probably win, and kind of what I'm thinking about this card. And this should be a really fun card to watch, though. Obviously, all these New Year's Eve cards are really cool, so gonna be a good one, and hopefully everyone that's watching has a good time. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Talk to you guys later, and peace out.